Welcome back to the Workers channel. I just want to do something real quick. I know I've done a couple Western draws, Western quick shot draws, videos and stuff. Usually I don't say anything in those just because I want my actions to speak louder than words, but this is a Cimarron 5-inch, well 4.73 inch barrel, fully cleared and safe, empty revolver, completely empty and safe. No rounds around me, no 357, no 38 special, nothing. I want to do something with you guys. So I've been watching this other guy here on YouTube. He does a lot of quick draw revolvers, and he does a lot of Western style shooting, and he does a 3-shot, and that's pretty stinking cool. Okay, let me say it's pretty. Those of us who shot single action revolvers and have a lot of intimacy, should I say, with the revolver, of how it works. I can build this revolver from the ground up. I can take it straight to pieces and build it with myself. I've got one in a bag right now over here in my closet in my room that needs to go to a gunsmith. Only for that reason is I need a new hammer here. I need a new hammer sear table jig. They have a jig that tells you what the hammer is. I don't have that jig, so I need to take it to him and get that new hammer. Everything else on the pistol works and functions perfectly as it's supposed to. The only difference being is when I pull the hammer back like this on the other revolver, it doesn't stay back. It goes forward because the sear that holds it back like this, the thing that makes that click, 1, 2, 3, 4, that fourth click, that standard Colt single action fourth click, that click is gone. It's actually a ledge that's actually grooved into the metal. As the hammer rotates back like this, it sits against a pin inside the gun, and as you pull the trigger, that's what, as the trigger is pulled forward, it releases that ledge, and that's what allows the hammer to go forward and do that. So yeah, mine is sheared off from one too many times of firing it and dry firing it, or just firing it, period. It don't matter. It wears it out. Okay, that's why this gun will run off of you depressing the trigger, holding the trigger down, pulling the hammer back. The cylinder rotates, puts a new shell in front of the hammer, in front of the barrel, when you let it go. It's called fanning the gun. This is fanning the gun. In real time, it looks something like this. That's called fanning. That's what that's called. Trigger never comes into play in that area. That's where you take a single action revolver and really make it semi-automatic. But again, that's reciprocal rate, as fast as your hand can go. Same thing, as fast as semi-automatic pistols go, they work off how fast you can pull the trigger. I mean, this is a semi-automatic BB gun. This is a BB gun. Shoots BBs. Okay, it's a BB gun. It's a BB gun. Alright? It's a BB gun. Safety's it's actually full auto. This one does full auto, but this is semi-auto right here. No mag in the gun. It's just semi-auto. But this happens to work off this. As fast as that slide will go back, eject the empty shell, load in a new shell, shove it into the home, put it back in the breech in the housing, and I pull the trigger. As again, pull the trigger, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. As fast as that gun will move, what they call a reciprocal rate, as fast as this gun will go back, eject the empty shell out of the gun, grab the new shell, go forward, load in the new shell into the chamber or housing, and I pull the trigger, dropping the hammer, hitting the firing pin, hitting the primer, igniting the powder, and shooting the bullet out the end of the barrel. As fast as I can do that is dependent on how fast this gun does this. That's why a lot of these pro shooters you see today will, yes, trick out the trigger. Cool, that's all well and good. Less poundage because you're not fighting then. Your hand doesn't get tired as much. Your finger doesn't get tired as much. It's not a lot of weight against your finger. You're not fighting that long draw because obviously single action is less than double action. A lot less travel. Single action, double action, single action. Okay. reset. It is a lot less. So the first thing I attack when I go into my semi-automatic pistols, especially these striker fires or hammer-fired, exterior hammer-fired systems like this one, especially my 1911s, first thing I do is I go and modify the slide, modify the bottom rails, modify the slide. That's the first thing I do before I even touch that trigger. That's the very, very, very first thing I do, is I want the slide to go back as fast as possible and as easy as possible with the recoil spring that's rated in the gun. Because you need that recoil spring. The recoil spring's there for a reason. It's called recoil spring for a reason. It mitigates the recoil or the rise of the gun as you fire it. You fire it, and then it goes back like this. You do not want a muzzle flip of this direction, because what happens is when this goes back, you are now here, not here where you were. You started here, the gun went back, pushed you up, and now you go back level. You're higher than you need to be. You need to be here. So, all that being said, how this works kind of corresponds into a single action revolver in only one way and one way only. When you're shooting multiple shots out of a single action revolver, there's no recoil spring to mitigate recoil. There's nothing to stop this from muzzle rising, okay? So you cock fire, get some rise, come back down, cock fire, get some rise, come back down, cock fire, get some rise, come back down. That is how you determine where your bullets are going. This guy that I've been watching, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I was just watching a couple nights ago. I wasn't even really paying attention. He does this awesome triple shot, okay? He has a whole channel. He does these single action revolvers. He's got the rigs and stuff. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. This is my cheapy rig. This is my cheapest rig that I own. I think this was $150, but this is my cheapest rig I own. It's a piece of crap, okay? I'll be honest, it's a piece of crap, and it's way higher than I like. Way higher. I think I said that in my last video that I wore this rig. It's way higher than I like. Personally, myself, it's just a little too high for me, especially for a full-size single-action revolver. Just a little high. Not comfortable with it. Doesn't feel comfortable. It's too out there on the side, and I gotta really get this gun up before I can get it forward to get it out. So that's really something I don't like about this rig. My other rig was a custom-built rig for me. It's a little lower, much lower, and it's more comfortable. It's got steel lining plate inside, so any accidental discharges like this, that's going to steel plate and take that round out. It's never going to be a problem. Never going to shoot myself in the leg. Never going to be, I just shot myself in the leg. So I'm not that guy. Again, like I said, this is a real weapon. This is a full-size real weapon, completely empty and safe. You know, one, pull the trigger, well, ramming rod, the ejection rod, what it was originally. This gun is empty and safe, okay? All 6 holes, empty and safe. This is a real weapon, a real, live, 357 Magnum, single action revolver, okay? That's what this gun is. I can show you that. I don't know if you guys can read that. Try to put it in the light that you can. This is a live weapon. Okay, real weapon. I do shoot this gun. I've shot this gun a lot. I've changed the trigger from a 3.5 pound trigger to I think a 2 pound trigger. I think it's at around about a 2 pound trigger. It doesn't take a lot to drop this trigger. It's really not. I mean, it's almost the point where most people feel like they had their fingers inside this and they coughed. They shoot the gun, right? That's how they feel. Personally, myself, I'm used to this trigger, so when I have my finger on the trigger and it doesn't go off. It's my gun. I know this gun. Built this gun. All right. So I do my guns. I do friends of mine's guns as well. And if you know me, I'll be willing to check out your gun as well. But I'm not affiliated with any business other than Blood Moon Holsters, who does custom Kydex work for custom Kydex holsters. Don't look at me. I wear leather holsters, but I do use their Kydex holsters in my everyday carry guns, such as my Smith & Wesson CSX, my Hellcat Pros, and my SIGs, and I'm not 365. I'm 365 Pro Comp, okay, Spectre Comp. I'll carry that XL every day, but the original 365 does not fit in my hands, okay? These are big hands, makes a Beretta 92, and yes, this is a BB gun. This is a 1-to-1 BB gun, okay? This thing is just like the real Beretta 92 SF. It's actually made off the Taurus PT92 SF, okay? So, yeah, I'll forgive you for that because it's a piece of shit in real life, but this is a BB gun, so. But this would absolutely work if I wanted to make real holsters for a real Beretta 92 PT92 SF. I could use this BB gun to do that because this is a 1-for-1. All right, it's just aluminum cast and versus steel. The weight is different. That's it. So my hands are big hands. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3". I'm 250 pounds. I am a big guy. What you see on camera doesn't really relate to it. This is a 7-foot ceiling. I mean, we're talking a little bit of difference in height here. My hands put my head at 6'10", that leaves 2 inches between my fingers and that roof. So, yeah, it's really not that big. I'm a big guy, so I make a lot of guns look very small. I mean, let's take something I have with me here, micro. I don't know if the motorcycles are coming into the camera, but there's a lot of hot trucks taking off down the road from me. This is the Browning 1911 380 ACP micro 1911. Okay, I love about this. This is 1/15, actually 1/15 of a real 1911. I have a 1911 over here. This is a 1911 Blackwater 1911 TPI operator series with the tack rail on it. Okay, this is a really awesome gun, empty, clear, and safe. This is a really awesome gun, but here is it versus the Browning Black Label 1911. Let's take the hammer safety off. Clear, empty, safe. It does have a mag disconnect in it, so not cool. But we're gonna go ahead and hold it up against the original 1911. You can line those triggers. Let's line the bases up. Just put the bases there to show you these things are minuscule, very small guns. Very small. Okay, very small guns. Comparatively, very tiny. This thing. Like, this is a full-size 1911, okay? This is a full-size 1911. My hand grips it, feels comfortable in my hand. When I post out, it's very easy to get my hand wrapped around. I get my 2-thumb grip on it, get my 3/3 of my one around the tree. I get my thumb riding on the safety to keep it down, and my other thumb staying on the slide stop to keep it out of the way as well. So, very easy to get these big old massive bear paws on top of this thing and pull the trigger. Never even have to worry about slide bite. Reset as long as this one. I gotta redo that trigger, but this tiny little thing. I mean, where'd the gun go? All you can see is the base of the gun, and even then, if I really tried, you couldn't see the gun. Okay, this is a very tiny 380 ACP. That's a 45 ACP. It's a 380 ACP 1911. Very tiny, very minuscule. I can barely get my hands on that, which I love though. I can still get my hand on it, but I barely can. I barely can get my hand on that, which I love though. I really wish there was a bigger undercut here because it really smushes my middle finger forward. But I can get my other hand on that gun, get it below the slide, get my thumb over top, riding on the safety again, finger in the trigger well. I know, gun's empty though, but so we grab it like we're gonna shoot it, and that's where we're at. Finger out, finger in, finger out, finger in, finger out, finger in, and then we post up. We fire. Trigger's way better than this one, actually, I think, than my full-size 45. But that's what I'm talking about when it comes to how to mitigate recoil in a semi-auto to a single action. It says recoil and guide rod in it. Easy to see. There's the barrel, and right underneath that circle you're seeing here at the end, that's the recoil spring. Full-size 1911. I think this was a closed caption recoil spring. This is different than most because this one's closed caption. The recoil rod, guide rod does not stick out on this system. It's different because it is different, and I can tell you why, but I can't tell you why. This is exposed guy rod. So this is exposed guy rod. That's what most 1911s have, and this is exposed guy rod system like this. When you get the God Rod, which I would love to have a God Rod, I just have never even bought one myself, but the God Rod, I'd love to have one. But these things are pretty stout, and that's what makes these guns run and function flawlessly. Like I said, this one's different because it is different. I can't tell you why on YouTube compliancy, but this gun is different for reasons. Okay, so don't get into that. This does not have a guide rod, doesn't have a recoil spring, doesn't have any of that stuff. You cock it, rotates the cylinder lines up with the barrel, you fire it, the hammer goes down, hits the primer ignites the powder explodes, the gun goes off, the bullet is now shoved down the barrel with exploding gases and expanding gases behind it, shoving that bullet down the barrel through the twist pattern or through the rifling and out the end and exploding. That gas comes out the side of the port here in front of the barrel as well as at the end of the barrel, and that causes muzzle flip or rise. Okay, it's recoil. That's how you mitigate it. The way you control that recoil is this. You get your big paw on that and you grab that and you shove it down like it's your bad girl. Okay? Who just pooped on your favorite shoes, ate your favorite candy out of the kitchen, and then wants to lick your hand because she thinks she loves you. Yeah, that's that one. Sorry, pet owners. Don't go crazy on me. I love my dogs. I love my cats. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I will treat them, and I feel bad for them more than I do most humans. There's a lot of humans that I wouldn't even treat as bad as I wouldn't treat my dogs or my cats as bad as I would treat that human, because that human deserves it. These dogs and cats don't. So that's where I'm at. But anyhow, so I started this with the saying of the 3-shot revolver guy. So he takes it, he cocks it, and he fires it once, comes across with his right hand. And I don't know if he uses thumb, finger, and pinky, or finger and pinky, or finger and ring fing. I can't tell. If he does it so fast, it's hard to tell if he does thumb, finger, pinky. All right, it's a quad shot. Is what he does. A quad shot. That is so crazy to me how fast he can do that and make that sound as one. So that's 4 shots. That's finger, pinky, just finger and pinky. I'm gonna keep this out like this. I'm gonna take it and I can't get both my hand on that orientation that fast and come across the gun. What I can do, and I find a little differently, I want to do some live ammo just to see how it sounds. I can do a 3-shot combination with a single action revolver involving my thumb, my right hand, my entire right hand obviously, and the base of my left hand, okay, which involves a style of shooting called fanning. But a lot of fanners shoot like this, or if you're a professional shooter and you're really into fanning, you shoot like this and your body drops, your hammer comes over, and you just repeatedly dropping that hammer like this. I mean, in slow motion. So that's cool and all, but I want to do it as fast as I possibly can for 3 shots, only 3 shots, just 3 shots. And I want to put them downrange, I want to put them close together, and I won't put them on a body. Alright, so I'm going to give this a try. It's called the 3-shot, alright, the triple shot. I'm going to do mine a little differently than what he does his. He's amazing, he's awesome, and more power to him, and I love all his rigs and his outfits, and I really wish I was out on the farm with him and we could just go shoot all day long and put 3.7 down range or 38 special. That'd be awesome too. Be a lot of fun to shoot with you, man. I've got a few rigs myself. This is my cheapest one, like I said. This is my $150 cheapie. Okay, this is what I found at some local gun shop that thought they knew what Western rigs are. This one's a little high for me, a little high what I like. My custom rig's inside. I didn't pull it out tonight because there's the shells in the belt. This one does not have shells in the belt, okay? The one I have has shells in the belt because I will wear it out and I will ride a horse and I will kill a snake or a bear or a coyote or wherever else gets in my way that's dealing with my livestock and my family and my livelihood, because 1800s are real and I really wish we could go back to that. But that's my political view. That's fine. Take it as it is. But now you know where I stand. So we're going to go for the 3-shot, okay? We're going to go for the 3-shot as fast as I can. We're going to do this out of the holster because I'm not as good as he is as far as this aspect here. I mean, I can draw, cock, and fire pretty fast, as you guys can see. And I can draw, cock, and fire pretty fast, but and hit what I'm aiming at, because I mean to hit it, because I've done this multiple times. I've practiced that, and that's what you should do if you own a firearm. Practice how to use that firearm, whether it be a single action revolver that, you know, it's kind of obsolete versus your 9-shot semi-automatic micro 1911, your 8+1 if you're using Wilson Combat full size 45 ACP 1911, or your 15+1 single action or double action double stack Brenner 92 SF. So yeah, and that was chambered in 380, 9mm, and 45. So this is chambered 3.7 Magnum, 6-shot cylinder, 5 shots usually carried in the gun. And the reason for that being is if you were to cock one with under the hammer, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this in one of my videos, if not my videos, another video, what happens on the single action revolver, you see this hammer that's protruding right here. Okay, that hammer, that pin, goes down and sits against the cartridge back, and it'll go like this. It'll sit spaced off, not flat like that. It'll sit spaced off like that. The reason for that being is that pin is now sitting flush up against the primer of that cartridge, and if you were to bump it hard enough in a certain way, if it were to fall and bump, it could potentially fire that round off. I can manually produce that in a real life scenario. I could put 6 rounds in this, put the hammer down on a live round cylinder, and hit that like this, and the gun will go off. Okay, I can manually produce that. I can actually just hit it with my hand and make it fire. So yeah, that's not something you want. All right, so we're gonna get to the 3-shot. Here's a 3-shot. I teased you guys long enough. I'm talking for 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes. We're gonna do it right here. I'm gonna do it as fast as I can out of the holster again. So here we go. We're gonna start with the gun cocked. That's really slow. It's really slow. That was 2 shots really fast, followed by a 3rd. I'm gonna see if I can do it faster. Not really faster. There we go. That's a faster one. That's a faster one. There we go. You're just getting faster into it as you work yourself into it. I mean, you can get faster with it if you do it better. Now, I'm starting a little high for my second one, so as I come in, I drop the hammer. I'm starting high, grabbing that, firing, and I'm coming back and doing that again, as fast as I humanly possibly can. At this point, I've just started doing this, so I want to miss that one. Yeah, missed that one too. Let's see if we can do it again. That's slow. That's better. And as you practice, you get faster and faster and faster and faster. And that's what I like about this. So thanks for watching. I know I kept you guys for 22 minutes for, 10 seconds of watching me shoot, so we'll try it one more time. Well, that's not bad. But I can't cock and finger and pinky, or thumb, finger, and pinky. I don't know how he does it. It's crazy how he does it. It comes across. It's just crazy. So there's other ways to do it. There's other ways to do a 3-shot. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something from the education of this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.